Pirates.
Pirates.
Pirates. Ben, tell us about the pirates.
Okay, so this is Skull Tales.
Pirate voice, man.
Yeah.
This is Skull Tales Full Sail
Arr.
Eclipse Editorial.
That's more like
Plays with between 1 to 5 players in a semi-cooperative nature. And what you'll be doing is you'll be playing through the game, playing either one-off missions or as part of a campaign mode, if you prefer that kind of salty dog.
Where are you going, Ben?
I don't know. I'm
You're
just
in
gonna
what?
keep-
He's in Dublin. Oh God, he's in Dublin. You sound like you're from
the
Cork.
accent from Dublin.
Now you're in Wales.
But anyway, I'm gonna get back to it and be a bit more Bristolian about it. But there's part of a voice. Let's get back to it in normal English. Anyway, yes. So
Yeah, that's
English
the
is
best.
not normal.
That's the best pirate one there. Right, do it. It's a Brummy pirate.
the Rummy Pilot. Right, so we're going to go and involve myself in a voyage phase first, which includes you managing your crew, exploring the map, gaining confidence of the crew and working all together to try and decide what you're going to do. Then you go off exploring to an adventure phase, and this is where you go and explore islands, interact with different tribes, pillage villages, and act like a proper pirate would do in these romantic settings. And then you've got the port phase at the very end, which is where you go and spend all the money that you've just earned, upgrade your characters and upgrading your ship, and play through different cool events that will start to add to the game as it goes on. Now, this game, if anyone's played something like, for example, Merchants and Marauders, which is a very, very big sprawling game, a little bit in this kind of vein, this takes things to another level. What you'll be doing with this is very, very heavily involved with almost like a kind of role-playing aspect to things. And if you've played games a little bit like, I want to say Pandemic Legacy, while it doesn't have legacy elements to it, a lot of the feel for this game comes in that sort of same direction, where it's all about sort of working together to try and decide what you're trying to do, but also working towards your own solo objectives at the same time. So, for example, the person who's playing the captain of the crew, or for example, things like that, it's going to have a very different idea of what they want to do compared to everybody else at the tabletop. And of course, you'll be going off into different environments, fighting tribesmen on different lands and things like that, and doing things that probably we should all forget. But in case, as well as that, of course, you'll be doing interesting things, and you'll be working against each other at the same time. So maybe you'll be fighting against the captain at some point and then working together at other points as well. You've got to balance all this apart against sort of the booty that you bring home as well. Also working towards keeping the crew happy, which is one of the big aspects of this game as it comes together on the tabletop. So one of the big things is that the crew will sort of lose confidence in you if you start to lose battles. Maybe you don't bring enough pillaging home and things like that. So you're going to have to sort of weigh up how to use those guys on the tabletop as well. The game also comes with a whole bunch of amazing looking miniatures, as you can see, and the artwork for all the tiles is looking very cool as well indeed. So yeah, if you like the idea of doing some sort of piratical sailing around the Caribbean, this might be for you. So there.
I believe this is for me. I think this is for me.
It's very tempting. The one thing I would wish they would do is maybe throw in a stretch goal to make metal coins. Because any pirate game I play, I have a set of metal, sort of like doubloon coins I got with a limited edition game.
Yeah.
I always use them in any pirate game just because they feel and sound so nice. Just having that bag of rattling coins is just nice.
I just love the miniatures, the whole look of the game, whole feel. I love it. It's tapping into that fancy pirate aesthetic I love so much.
And it's fully funded. And
Excellent.
then some with a ton of stretch goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's I want to push as well. Like, this is a game that has many different levels to it. Like, one of the big things that you look at to begin with is it almost kind of has that sort of overreaching view of you going around the Caribbean in your ships. But then you've even got tile-based play where you're actually going around different ruins and things and fighting it almost like a dungeon crawl at the same time. So you're actually getting a lot deeper into the narrative of everything as you're playing through, which is really cool. And telling those stories on the tabletop, which is really nice. So this game feels like one of those that could be pretty much the main game of your collection that you play on the tabletop every weekend or so. So yeah, very cool.
Now, you mentioned having to keep the crew happy. That reminds me of, by far, my favourite pirate game I've ever played. Did either of you ever play Sid Meier's Pirates?
I did, yes.
Yeah. Oh,
very good.
excellent. You never did?
No.
How about you, Lance?
Yeah, I played a little bit of it.
Oh, that
Keeping
was...
them happy was a nightmare.
Yeah, that was such a fun game. If you didn't keep them happy, they would sail off with your ship and leave you stranded on a desert island.
So I'm left looking for a pair of sea turtles.
Yeah, pretty much. It was a great game, and anything that reminds me of that.
I'll maybe have to look that one up. How old is it?
Oh, it's quite old. I think
You can get it on Steam right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very easy one. You don't control a character so much. You're controlling the ship more.
So is it just more of a management game than an actual action game?
Yeah,
That's the kind of game I used to love playing.
Yeah, there is bits of action. There is dueling and so on, and wooing the governor's daughter by ballroom dancing, but more or less it's focused on the
That's
ship
not how I do
combat
my
and
wooing.
exploration.
But Skull Tales Full Sail is excellent.
Yes.
It looks great. The miniature foot
Yeah.
gorgeous,
If you want to do some analog gaming, this is for you.
Yeah, sorry, I went down a bit of memory lane there. for a
Tangent.
tick.